Something that is coming into your wheelhouse. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy apparently will be up on Capitol Hill talking about their ideas for this thing that they're calling DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, which is a bit of a misnomer because it won't be a part of the federal government, apparently. But Congress controls the purse strings. What are your thoughts on Elon Musk and Ramaswamy deciding or trying to decide what stays and what goes in the federal government?
Well, it's illegal. They haven't asked to meet with me, but the impoundment of funds that have been appropriated by the Congress is unconstitutional and illegal. There is no such Department of Government Efficiency. It's made up. So good luck to them. I mean, if there's a plan that the President Trump wants to propose to the Congress, he should send it to us. But the Constitution does not permit the president to simply avoid what the Congress has done. That power of the purse is with the legislative branch, not the president.
And I do want to ask you, because of your work on the January 6th committee, after President Biden pardoned his son Hunter, of course, Donald Trump, as you know, responded by linking the action to the January 6th defendants, saying he wants to go along with his proposal of pardoning many of those defendants. What are your thoughts on that? What's your reaction, and what would happen to the country, do you think, if many of these rioters, these attackers who assaulted the Capitol get pardons?
Well, I didn't approve of President Biden's pardon of his son. But so far as I'm aware, Hunter Biden was not accused of pouring bear spray in the face of officers, attacking them with weapons, causing injury so severe to officers that they had to retire from the department. I mean, over 1,000 of the rioters have pled guilty to very serious offenses. These officers were covered in blood, and these defendants pled guilty because they are guilty of very serious assault. And to say that that's okay would be really wrong.
Is there anything Democrats can do about it if he pardons them?
Well, I don't think so. The pardon power is vested with the president in the Constitution. There's not a role for Congress to play. But one would hope that people who've pled guilty to serious assault, to felonies, who've been sentenced to prison because of the crimes they committed against law enforcement officers, would not be receiving a pardon from the president. Simply wrong.
And officials in the Biden administration have reportedly been looking at who Trump and his FBI pick, Kash Patel, for FBI director, may go after. And Politico, I'm sure you've seen this, says the president is considering issuing preemptive pardons to people like Dr. Anthony Fauci, your state's new Senator Adam Schiff, one of the people you served with on the January 6th committee, former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney. What did you make of that?
Well, I don't know. President Biden hasn't contacted me.
Yeah.
But certainly in the Constitution, it is provided that members of Congress may not be held to answer at any other place for their legislative work. If there was an effort to pursue either the members of Congress or the staff who were doing legislative work, that would be wrong. Ultimately, it would fail. But of course, it could cause a lot of upset, which is probably what Kash would prefer to do. It's unconstitutional, and I don't know if Biden intends to do pardons or not. I do think that what's being threatened against law enforcement officers, FBI officers who are doing their job is really the more serious matter. People who were doing their work and now are being threatened for doing their job. And they don't have the same constitutional protections that members of the legislative branch have.
All right, Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
You bet, anytime.
All right, coming up, more on Donald Trump's controversial pick.